doing today is I'm trying to learn how to weld cast iron. I have a very specific reason for doing this I'll go into a little bit later, but for now we're just sort of learning the ropes. So what I have here is a cylinder liner from an old Deere backhoe from like about the 70s, and I believe it is the closest match to the piece that I have to weld. Again, we'll go into that later. So I've tried a couple different things so far. Yesterday, I tried using acetylene and piston rings as a filler, and that was my result. So pretty awful, so I'm looking for a better result than that. So what I've done here, what we're doing here today, is I went out and I got some pure nickel, almost pure nickel cast iron electrodes, 3/32 from my local welding guy. And this box of maybe 25 sticks was $100. So we don't want to go through them like crazy. Anyhow, so these are the NI 99 3/32 sticks. They take, the polarity is DC electrode positive, not electrode negative. That's really important. And it doesn't list the current, the suggested current on here. I had to go to their webpage and I found the current is 40 to 80 amps, okay? So we're gonna burn one of those. I have cleaned off this metal. I've cut a groove in there to simulate a crack, and I've got my welder set to 80 amps. I want maximum. We're gonna see what happens. We're gonna kind of do this in a worst case scenario. I wanna see how bad it gets. This has not been preheated. This is room temperatures, maybe, I don't know, 65, maybe 70, 70 degrees in here. So this piece is obviously, I mean, it's cool to the touch. So I'm gonna just put a bead on here and see how it goes. I don't have any way to film the bead, so I gotta stop the video, run the bead. And I'm not gonna stop every couple of seconds to brush it off and peen it or anything like that. I'm just gonna start here and there, and we'll see what happens. Here goes. Stay with me. That one looks a lot better than that one, that's for sure. So I had kind of got in the way of my own lighting over here. I kind of wandered off the crack a little bit, and it was, for some reason, it was a little hard to gauge my depth. I think I needed, adjust my position a little bit, but that looks a lot better. And I really didn't burn that much of the stick. I mean, that's the, get those out of the way so we don't need those anymore. There's the new stick and the old stick. I only burned, that much of the stick. So that's pretty good. So, falling apart over here, sorry. So let's get that with a brush and see what it looks like. That's not bad for a first attempt. It looks pretty good. I did flinch a couple of times over here, and you can see it gets a little sloppy. There's a little bit of spatter, and there's a couple of voids. Looks like there's one right there, and right there. But it's not bad. Not bad for a first time. I really like how this looks. It looks a little odd right here, but I like how it blended in. I seem to get good coverage. And if that's how my weld looks in my cylinder head, I'll be real happy with that. So what I'm gonna try next, see, what is that? It's just a little piece of something on there. I'm gonna grind these down and see if I can go over those and clean them up. See if I can make those not voids. That's what's next. All right, so I wanted to pause here. You could see that these are definitely a couple of voids here, 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 and here. Actually, this isn't technically a void. This is the end of my little gouge that I didn't get all the way to the end. So these three here are voids. I'm gonna try to clean them out. We'll hit them again. All right, so we are making progress. I had to regrind this again because after I put another bead down there, my void showed up at exactly the same place. I have little marks up here to show me where my voids were. There's one here, one here, one here, and one here. I mean, by that I mean here, 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 and here. Anyway, so I had to go over this again, grind it again. I ground it way deep, and I put another bead there. But my voids all seem to be gone except that one. I think that one is still, that one might still be a void. I've learned a couple things. Restriking this rod is a challenge. It's hard to get that clean. That's a little globby on there. I need better lighting. My helmet was really dark here and I couldn't see where I was going. I kind of tried to follow the line. It got sloppy. I need better lighting to do this. And this arc feels real strange. It has a strange feel to it. I'm trying hard to kind of pinpoint exactly what that means, but I got to get the feel for it. But the good news is I was able to get decent penetration. This side looks pretty good. I was able to get rid of these voids. I was able to go back and fix my mistake, and it's not cracking. Is that a crack? Oh, what is that? Hold on, I gotta see if that's a crack. All right, last one for today. So we ground it down to see what kind of wetting and penetration we got. And, whoops, sorry. Let's see, I don't want to touch it because it's still pretty hot. So we did pretty good. You can see we got real good wetting and penetration in here and here. Got a little vacation going on here and a little bit over here, but there's no cracks. This is something that can be fixed, and we do have a couple voids in here. I don't know if you can see them. Where's my little needle point thing? There's a couple holes. Like there's one right there, and there's another one right there. And I'm not sure if that's a hole or if that's just a gap that I just missed. It's hard to say. A couple little holes. There's one, I think there's one right there. Anyhow, so in the cylinder head that I have to fix, those holes might let coolant through. So this may or may not be a valid fix. It's hard to say. I think if we get to this point in the part that I have to fix, and I've got the weld in, and we just have a couple of holes that coolant will be coming through, I could just braze those shut, and I think I might just do that. So let's see if we can look down into the, oh, dang it. Why do flashlights come with a flashing feature now? Hold on, sorry. Looks pretty good. I don't see any cracks. This thing's still hot. Yeah, there's no cracks there. We didn't crack it. So there you go. That's pretty good news. We can get a decent weld in place without cracking the head. That's what I wanted to find out. Thanks for watching.